If you can see it down here, I'm recording this stuff even earlier than usual because the lotto already dropped. I took a shower, got dressed and everything ready for work, and now I want to get this recorded so I have as much time to farm and do other shit as I need to. So let's talk about Martha Santa. No, not the last new servant, because we have Taigong and Nikki, but yeah, new servant to NA, and this servant is phenomenal in challenge quests, or not even just challenge quests. It is also 90 plus nodes. He is just the best, like hands down. Well, for a 4-star, like she's the best buffing 4-star, and there is value in that because like when you get to running 6C setups, like you sometimes, like if you're not level 160, your party cost is going to get in the way of it. Like you're in some comps, you're gonna have to use mash, and like sometimes you don't, like you might already have mash like bond 8, bond 9, and like you don't get anything. She's just holding a C, which I mean, it's fine. I'd rather have like another lotto drop C than not, but like she's not doing that much. She is giving bond away, but not as much as she could. And that, again, that depends on the event. So having a 4-star buffer that can affect your damage almost as much as Oberon, like hers is way more situational than Oberon, hands down. But the fact that you can even say that in the same sentence just shows how much value she has. You get her like free MP5, but you have to go through this Christmas event. It is very, very, very short. We only have a week for this. Like after day 4, blitz the shit out of this event. Blitz the shit out of the lotto box farming. Pretty much just till you get MOB like the lady, which is the 4-star, not the 4-star, the welfare CE, the lotto CE. Make sure you get that MOB'd at the end. Don't MOB it like at the start, otherwise your lotto boxing is like messed up for a good long while, like probably more than you'd want. All right, let's actually get started. Martha Santa has very low attack, but she's not, we don't even care about her hitting cards. We care about this HP. It's not too bad, but it's not some crazy number. You kind of don't want it to be like super crazy, like in case you want to do some esports stuff. Like she can dump her buffs and then go away. She does not need to stay on the field. If she needs to die, she will die. Star weight, star gen, caster numbers. This is a little bit higher, but like not by much. And she's a quick caster. Surprise. But yeah, like they're good, but they're not like stuff you need to focus on. They're not looping her MP, except for like very specific setups. Like I think I was using her in a setup where she was looping her MP back to back, but those cases are just so fucking niche. It's like it's not gonna happen often. This number is good. She is quick, so you might have just stars lying around. If you do need to hit face cards, she will get like decent gain from them, like 4-hit quick cards, 3-hit arts cards with 0.66. Like 0.66 times 3 is 2.0, or 1.98, but it's close enough to round up. Extra attack, it's low, but again, you shouldn't be using mighty chains with her. Like it's not like Castoria where like there are situations where she'd be like last person standing. Martha should not be last person standing. If she is, you're probably dead. So it wouldn't be a support if she didn't give some kind of battery. This is her steroid. 30% attack, 2k max HP, and a 20% battery. This is targetable. The fact that you don't have to level for the battery is awesome. You are literally only leveling for attack and max HP. This you don't care about in farming. and this is a very small gap from 1 to 10. So this skill does not need to be maxed out. You can leave this at 9. You can leave the skill at 9, and she functions the exact same way. You can save that lore for a different skill. You need lore for a farmer, for another support. You don't need to max this skill out. Do it when you can, when you just have an excess of lures, which probably isn't going to come until, I want to say, I think it's 7th anniversary. That's when we'll get like 40 lures based on how many characters you have. Yeah. Yes, like all around along those lines. Second skill, AoE MP seal reduces their defense by 20% for 3 turns. Not like the most cracked skill, but like you just, no one's getting engaged. The enemy is not getting engaged, and you lower their defense, so your DPS will hit harder. And then you have 30% attack, and these two actually do multiply into each other. You get more damage. Your attack buff matters now even more because of this defense down. But remember, depending on your setup, there might be another wave after this, so be careful about popping this not on the wave you actually need it. Like, don't just click. Like click. Don't do that with this, with Martha. That's not how that works. It's the same way with Scotty. Like, you have to actually, like, you have to know whether it's actually going to affect a refund or not if you're popping it for refund. Like, if you're doing it, oh yeah, I just think it feels good, like, and then you don't clear final node and then something happens, like, if it only takes like a turn longer, like, it really doesn't matter. But just know we are on such a short time restriction. Like, me even making this video right now is, I'm not saying I'm gonna go for like 100 boxes today. I'm just saying, like, this is time taken away from just getting things set up before work. Third skill, targetable star weight, 5k. This is what any servant needs to guarantee they get stars, unless you're like putting them with like 2 riders and then, or a rider and an archer, then fucking good luck of giving that unit stars. Like, they'll be fighting for them stars at that point. 10 stars, and then this is a battery for her to level. Now, there's a good reason why this is 30. You can get a 20% a pen, but the Lotto C is also a 50% starting charge. So her whole skill set lets her get away with pretty much whatever she needs, and like, she just works in multi-gore setups. Most of the time you're using her for multi-gore. Almost never are you choosing her to be the sole, like, brute forcing one person to be looping. Most of the case, if that is the case, where you're roiding out like an AoE's face guard, Summer Ibuki, by the way, I'm pretty sure that's actually on the channel, like that 90++ farm. And yeah, this is just helpful. It's helpful she has her own battery, because she can get your MP. You need to get your MP. It's not like Scotty's, where, oh yeah, no, sometimes you just don't do it. You don't really care about Scotty's MP. No, you need her MP. This shit is good for damage, but nowhere near as good as her MP5 MP. Arts up 8%. Item construction D. Debuff success rate, that is for the skill. Make sure that defense sticks. And then riding EX for 12% quick. She is a quick caster. If you click these, they're gonna perform better, and you'll get more stars. You want to crit with quick units. Pens, mana loading, 100% level this. Like, take the lore you could have put here and put it here. Also, like, again, you don't have to lore this skill. You don't have to. But this is just, it would be nice if you did eventually. Like, again, same here. Save your lures for when we're not starved for them. This you need to lure. You need to lure to make all your setups good. you need to let Laura to make your setups easier. Anti-ruler, you wouldn't be you might bring her to fight a ruler, but she's not going to be doing damage against a ruler. It's like, yes, you do a little more damage, but you shouldn't be worrying about the damage anyway. Finally, we get to her MP, another attack buff. This one is for the party. She gives power mods, base 30 up to 50% for demon, divinity, or undead enemies. The undead part, because of Summer Wuzechian, you can force any single enemy to be undead. You can force this power mod. Bisho gets 100% undead, and then you just give it, like, Wuzechian gives that undead trait, and Bisho is undead and a divine power mod. She has two separate ones. This is only one, but it's so wide niche reaching. Demon, undead, let's be honest, these don't come up as bosses, rarely ever. They're okay. Demon's the exception. Demon I could see being an after. It's not often. Yeah, like, and I wasn't even thinking demonic. I knew the difference between demon and demonic. These are no enemies you find in farming, but they're not the main bosses. They're like the one enemy wave, waves that are either dropping bloodstones, hearts, or it's like bloodstones and hearts. Like, off the top of my head, that's what I'm thinking. Like, demon as a category, it's not great, but I mean, she's a saint. What the fuck do you expect? These, like, seriously, these two, if you know anything about the church, the executors from Fate, what else? They fight dead apostles. Why would she not have this? Right? And then anti-divinity, they're fighting heathen. They go after heathen. Why? And anyone that has divinity is a heathen, right? They claim to be the child of God when they are definitely not God's children. And say the Christians, well, they are God's children, but they shouldn't be claiming to be his actual children, as the Christians would say. That is not what I'm saying. 2k HP heal. This is nothing. It's just a cherry on top, really. You should not be going for high overcharge on this, because, like, Martha should be the first. She is an opener. She's an opener for your MP spam. Like, you put hers, then you put Castoria's, then the farmers, so that farmer gets like a massive fucking damage spike. Like, popping Martha MP and then Castoria, that is base 50% attack, and then you pop this 50% power mod. And those do multiply into each other. And if you have an MP5 Castoria, that's 70% attack. Her skills are not that bad to level. This is probably going to be annoying. This is would have been annoying, but towards the end of the lotto, like, when you're out of apples, like, you can just go farm the node that's like 5, like, that costs like 5 of those lotto things. Like, if you're like cap that on QP, like, you literally cannot burn it fast enough. Like, you can just run this node, farm up bond points for like 0 AP, like, just get free Mystic Code XP, bond points, and you farm ice. Every Christmas lotto has that, where you can just farm ice. You can do it there, but you might, like, again, only one of your skills needs to get to 10 for farming purposes. Like this, if you leave it at like 8, or skill 1 and 2, if you leave it at 8 and you don't use these ice, you just, again, level it when you can. Not the worst thing. Again, these aren't horrendous for leveling her mana loading. Like, they're not horrendous mats to need. It's just like, you do need this for other servants. This, not so much. Like, I'm literally the first time since Dioscuri that I can actually remember I'm actually using these on JP. Like, so I don't think I've ever really used this mat on JP. like in the 2 years I've been playing. Like I know I've been dodging certain servants, like I don't have many Lost Belt 5 servants on JP, but like 2 years into me playing the game, and I don't even notice whether this is being used. That's a sign that like you don't need the met that much. Bonsi, again furthering her power mod from her MP, 20% healing received while she's on the field. Not the worst. And again, if they ever make it so you can bring Bond CEs with other CEs, cool. She is giving like free, very well light damage buffs. Level your Santa Martha. You will thank yourself when you have more options than just use Oberon forehead. And there are cases where you would not want to use Oberon. Say you're popping this at the start of the fight. Are you really going to pop Oberon's third skill on the first turn of a challenge quest? Unless you want that unit to be bricked, like you want that unit to get taunted and then you're just doing some other shit. I mean, by all means, you have that option. I just don't know how well that fight's gonna go for you, bud. All right, time to get farming. Peace.
Thank you for making it to the end of this video. If you enjoyed, drop a like or sub. Hope to see you in the next one. Peace.